the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Here.
July 17, 2017 Township Board meetings. There's no questions or comments. I think we have a motion to approve this minute.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes. I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Bills to be approved.
Bills to be approved August 7th, 2017. General fund, $50,000. Sewer fund, $173.73. Water, water sewer, $40.32. Overall fund, $61,000.
Questions on bills?
I have a couple. I thought petty cash was on those Visa cards.
That's just the purchases of
And the newsletter, is that one going out or is that one that's already
It
gone?
doesn't go out yet.
Oh, all right. And the maintenance repairs, Jones Equipment. We have one for 148.70 and then for 1974. What was?
Okay, Jones, equipment, oil mix is $8.79, and then you had to buy a line.
All through the radio.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's $10.95.
Oil mix. Push through the radio.
Did the janitize service, did that go up?
That's for 5 weeks.
Oh, for 5 weeks? Okay,
Oh, she did one mix.
okay.
Lumberjack is blue tarp. It was for $148.70. Hardware bulk, which is $1.75. Paint, $59.98. Mineral spirits, $10.99.
All right, so it was just paint supplies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it, it's through blue tarp, was that
Well, the blue tarp is on
It must be
invoice.
the new credit.
through,
The new credit.
Yeah, there was a stuff for the part.
Oh, okay.
You got the rail paid or something, but
Okay.
different things. That's what that is.
I didn't know what company that, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Should've
That's
come
why I
from
couldn't-
Lumberjack. Yeah,
That's why I couldn't find
well,
it.
that's why I stopped and said Lumberjack. Okay, any more questions or?
Yeah, what was Kelly Law for legal fees?
That was. Review ordinances regarding shooting ranges, review ordinance regarding home occupations in rural districts.
Oh, he goes through 6, nothing, do something else.
Well, Zick, he is part of that.
Oh, he's part of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's Zick, yeah.
We usually get to know.
Yeah, well, that's who that is, yeah, but she threw Kelly's.
Yeah. Kelly with Zick, he's in here.
Oh, okay.
Same like one.
All right, what's the publications for 21st Century Immediate? We sell in the hall?
Probably boys.
They changed their name too.
Yeah.
Everybody voices and have,
Yeah.
it's like the Times Herald, it's not the Times Herald, it's the Minute, and it's through Lansing. and-
What if they hear that? This is a boy.
Oh, okay.
It's a boy.
Thought that wasn't a voice, and
They're messing us up here. We're changing their name.
Okay, anybody else? Question?
I'll make a motion to pay all bills, there's no other questions?
I'll support.
Trustee Nolan?
Yes.
Trustee Lewis?
Yes.
Trustee Hayes? Oh, Trustee Depp?
Yes.
Treasurer Hingham? Yes. Clerk Stanton? Yes. Supervisor Goldberg?
Yes. Welcome, everyone. All citizens who wish to address the board. Okay, correspondence. Okay, new business. Positive pay. That'll be Robin.
We have a representative here from the bank. She's going to give us a little rundown.
Thank you. I'm Trish, yeah, thanks, Robin. I'm Tricia Hale, municipal banker at Chemical Bank. And I believe you have in your packet some handouts on positive pay. Just to give you a little bit of background, because I primarily deal with municipalities. Actually, over 3/4 of our municipal clients at Chemical Bank all utilize positive pay. And the most obvious reason is because, you know, your funds are public funds, and obviously you have a responsibility to keep those funds safe. So positive pay allows you, it's almost as if you're having insurance, if you will, on your cash that's in the bank to protect you against fraud. So, you know, the number one type of fraud that all businesses and including municipalities has is check fraud. So every time you write a check, you're basically handing out your account number and your routing number. If you write 40 checks a month, you're handing out your account number and your routing number 40 times. It just takes one dishonest person, let's say somebody receives it in the accounts receivable department, they could very easily, you know, take a picture of a check, sell that information. But I mean, I'll be honest, I met with a municipal client this week, and they bank with another financial institution, and I brought up positive pay, and immediately he brought out this folder and said, it's funny you should say that, we just had fraud against our account. We had about 10 ACH transactions that were all fraudulent, and they still had a problem source. They had, you know, it brought in the police department and doing an investigation. So it is a reality. You're protected. The information I included is for both check protection, which is a check positive pay you'll see, and then the other is ACH positive pay, so that protects you against electronic debit. So basically, from a check perspective, you let us know which checks you've written. We match that up to checks that are coming in against your account. If anything differs, or if there's a check that comes in that Robin say didn't make us aware of that was actually written, we have a chance to actually reject that. We wouldn't pay that, as opposed to it going through and then you having to go through a whole dispute process and trying to recoup the funds. And same thing on the ACH side, that's for electronic debits. So it protects you if somebody tried to come in and instead of writing a check against your account, try to fraudulently debit your account utilizing your account information. We would have rules in our system that we would establish together that you would tell us if anyone can debit your account, if so, who, up to a certain dollar amount, etc. So I do have the cost on here, but the total basically base price for both is $75 a month, and then it's 5 cents per check. So that's per check written that we're actually physically matching up. It's 5 cents per check. So what questions?
What's the remote deposit maintenance?
Yeah, that was additional. I had just made a suggestion that you might consider down the road, a device called remote deposit scanner that would allow you for the checks that are sent in, that you can actually upload those to the bank right from your office. So we could set Robin up with a scanner. She could put the checks into the scanner and it would upload those checks right to the bank as opposed to having to take the checks to the bank. And I don't think that's something that, Robin was looking at doing right now. That was just some additional information I wanted to include in this.
Now, if something happens, and we don't acknowledge a check,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's gone for a week on vacation, and they don't acknowledge a check, and it goes through, or a check can't go, what is
Then
it?
it wouldn't go through. So there is, kind of ownership on your part to utilize the system. So what would happen is we would send you a notification if something came in that was suspect, and you'd have a window to approve that. I think it's, I don't know for sure, but I think it's around 2 o'clock. You would have up to a certain time to decision that, because you might say, oh my gosh, I wrote that check, I completely forgot to put it in my online banking system and let you know it is valid, please pay it, and we will pay it. But what's nice is we have an app, so if you're on the go, whoever has authority to make those decisions can get the notification and make that decision right from their smartphone.
All right.
But we won't get paid unless a check, somebody's working for us, and we pay them a check. And there's no way around they can't cash it until it's approved.
There should be, I can follow up on that specific question. So if they went to their bank and deposited it would be perfectly fine. If they came into a chemical bank and wanted to cash it, I will check with the branch of how they handle that. I believe there's a flag in the system where they can see you have positive pay and maybe reach out to me and we can make sure that the file was out there, that we knew that check was coming through. I can get that specific answer for you. Typically, when you're giving someone a check, they're taking it to their bank, and then it goes through the normal system, which, then it presents to us, and we have that chance to match it up to what she's provided us.
Was that what your question was?
Basically, yeah, that's what I was getting at, is most of the stuff is gone through, like, I'm going to get the check, I'm going to go cash it. And that's where I don't, this looks like it's for more of a larger scale, for banking. That's what it looks like to me. I just, my opinion, it's for us to write 6 or 8 checks to a week, and to who we write them to, and like you say, we cash them to, they're going to take them to their banks and cash them more probably most of the time. I don't know, that's why I just trying to decide.
Yes, go ahead.
Something new.
Yeah.
How many townships, like in St. Clair County, are doing this?
That's a good question. I know holistically, it's over 3/4 of all of our townships and our footprint, which is mostly Michigan, it's a Michigan-based bank. In the county, I have to get that number for you.
That's how I found out about it, going to the different
Yeah.
townships that they were, I was just doing banking with them and seeing
Yeah.
what their best practices were. And they said, you don't have that? I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty standard in the industry, especially when you're dealing with public funds, and it's so important to keep, obviously, your residents' money, and you have, the sense of responsibility to keep those funds safe. So it's definitely not, to answer your question, in my opinion, in the banking industry's opinion, it's definitely not a solution just for large corporate, large municipalities. So we see it on all size businesses and all size municipalities, because it just takes one time.
Right, I understand what you're saying
Yeah.
there, and it's once, it's just, I'm looking at size, but, the other thing is, if our township, writes a check to somebody, and somebody does something, it's $100, they put $1,000 on it.
It would protect you against that as well. If the amount is altered, we would notice that the amount was altered and it would reject it too, but then you would have the option to say, no, it really, was for $1,000, not for $100, I meant that. But otherwise, if you wrote it for 100 and it tries to go through for 1,000 because they altered it, it protects you against that too. And same on the ACH side, so let's say you do allow consumers to come in and debit your account. If you know what the highest month you ever pay consumers is, you can set a rule that it can't exceed a certain amount. So if someone tried to come in and debit you and add an extra zero by accident or something like that, it would catch it as well.
Robin, I have a couple questions. How many checks do you write per month?
I'd say between 40 and 50.
Yeah, and this particular month I looked at, it was 40, but it does vary.
Okay, and how many ACHs go out per week?
It varies, like most of the payrolls, ACH, we've got 2 or 3 vendors who guys are ACH. It could be 30 or 40 as well,
A month or a week?
a month.
A month, okay.
Yeah, so every time.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm not done. Okay, and Anne Marie sends a letter or faxes something to the bank after checks are written and ACHs, or just,
There would be, after she's done with her, whatever that check is, she would notify the bank what the check numbers were and who they were dispersed to. And then that's how they get their information, and we marry the two.
Does she put the check in?
So she can-
The bank verify?
Yeah, so every time she writes checks, she can either manually enter that information in her online banking system, or if she has a check issue file, and we're compatible in reading that file, she could just upload the check issue file, and it would be a more efficient process.
I think that's what she was talking about.
Probably, yeah.
It was just,
all right, now, isn't it like $55 a month for the ACH payments that we pay?
just depends on the amount we pay per.
Right.
So an average every month is a little bit different. But what they've been very kind to do is give us interest on our checking account that offsets some of our bank fees, so it was pretty nice to have that.
What would we get on the check? Because-
You also emailed it.
I wouldn't even see it.
Okay, anybody else have any more questions for, Robin and Brett?
Our minimum fees would be $75 plus how many checks?
Per check, exactly, yes.
Plus, then we still have to pay the ACHs, whatever that amount is.
Yeah, anything extra I did not include, I only included what would potentially be
Plus,
new.
we still have other bank fees, correct?
Well, the interest that they've given us on our general checking is just about enough to offset the bank fees. So the ACH fees are pretty much covered by the interest.
But yet, then you stopped doing where people could pay their,
Point pay.
yeah, they can't use a debit card anymore to pay other things because of the fees.
Well, we didn't get a fee. Point and pay got all the money.
Right, exactly, but that's why you stopped using it.
Right.
Any other questions or anything, comments? Do we have a motion to support this? Okay, if not, we'll move on. Okay, bookkeeping. I guess again, Joyce, we'll do that.
It's really, you do it.
Well, we interviewed this Carol. Robin interviewed her the first time, and then I wasn't involved in that, and then I helped in the second. She seems very capable. Paul Bailey is one that really got her, and she did that.
You only need one person? was only interested in doing the job?
There's another lady, she's out of Kimball Township, and she works at Kimball Township full-time. So her hours were, she's an alternative, but the hours wouldn't be like the normal daily hours because she has a full-time job.
I wasn't involved in that.
I went there to see.
What about, was Patty involved in that when she said she was interested in it? Did she get a?
Not that I'm aware of, no, she didn't. I believe that, this lady was recommended by Paul Bailey. Once Joyce and Robin talked to her and interviewed her, they felt there's probably no reason to move on. And she highly recommended, she was interested in the job for what we recommended at 8 hours. She figured she could do it.
She is a CPA.
Yeah,
She wanted
she's
to
a
work
CPA.
just 8 hours. We told her 8 hours a month.
So,
And you gave the job description what it is?
See, that's why I sat down with her, and I opened up everything and I showed her, this is exactly what the job entails. And she knows exactly what Paul said it was, so she was happy with that.
Now, who is supposed to be doing the interviews? All three, you're supposed to be doing the interviews?
no, it was actually just Robin and Joy.
Oh, I thought it was three.
No, I looked that up in the last minutes.
No,
So it was just Robin and Joyce.
you came in.
Yeah, like I said, I was here that, that day, and I mean, I think she's the person for the job also. She was highly recommended. She does work for Paul also, when he's got special projects, so. I mean, we can do what we are. If you more figures, we should interview a few more.
What does she do for Paul?
Special, kind of job like what she does for us. She does special projects, for him.
She does another township,
Yeah.
and she does a couple other side jobs for them.
I don't know, I think we're relying too much there, and it's a big conflict of interest.
Between,
Well, I mean, they're getting ready to audit us, and Heather's been here all this time, and, we need to be diligent, make sure Heather doesn't come back in this door during the audit. And now if she's doing special projects for this new girl, for Paul, then,
that, this lady that we're considering.
yeah.
Well, she doesn't, Heather is not gonna oversee it, Justin is. Justin's the young man that had been her sidekick for a couple of years. I guess he's going into like his senior position, so he'll be overseeing the audit. This Carol, she has been retired for 8 years, and she doesn't work for Paul.
Well, that's what you said.
No, he doesn't, he's,
Indirectly, yeah.
Okay,
he finds
well,
her work, she doesn't work for
Yeah.
Paul.
No
He
different
knows-
than us. What you do for us.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I mean, she's capable, I think.
Yeah, wait.
I'll make a motion to hire this Carol, part-time position, which we originally said till the end of this fiscal year, December 31st. Rate not to exceed $30 for 6 to 8 hours per month.
we'll call.
Trustee Moore,
Yes.
trustee Hovis,
No.
trustee Beck,
yes.
treasurer Hamlin,
Yes.
clerk Skenazy, yes. Supervisor Bowe.
Yes. Okay, well, we move on to Burgett's Towing. Burgett's Towing has approached the board on being every other tower for the township. They like to be on Steve's is obviously is our main puller. Burgett's wants to do every other one. Well, I don't know how much history everybody has in this, but back in 11/16 of 15, Steve's Towing approached the Township Board to be the main tower for the St. Clair with the Sheriff Department, or St. Clair Township with the Sheriff Department. The motion was made, it was totally supported by all the board. And his reasoning was that in and why the board decided he does, his business is in St. Clair Township, he's a taxpayer in the township. We figured that we owed him that because he is a taxpayer in the township. We've got a letter here stating that, that's why the township decided to utilize him for that. I mean, Steve has had no problem with anything. I mean, as far as the township, he's always made, we have not, no sheriff's never called here to say, well, they gave him a job. But with being Burgett's came to us, we gotta give them a chance to plead their case here, so I guess Burgett's are here, so if they want to go ahead and say something.
We also own property in St. Clair Township.
Okay. You do own some,
Commercial.
okay.
So we're in the same boat paying taxes.
Where do you own property in township?
4725 Gratiot.
West of 94.
There's two little buildings there, but
But you, before you can do anything, you're gonna have to come in before the planning commission.
Yes, but we are
Special
taxing,
land use.
we are paying taxes on commercial property right now.
You just bought that, didn't you?
Yes.
When they came in before, if I'm not mistaken, Brian said that he spoke to the sheriff, and they don't call anyone in particular, they just,
Well, if the person, let's say somebody's involved in an accident, they say, who do you want to take us? They'll say, well, we don't care. So with this letter that was sent to them, they'll call Steve's towing.
Right.
If they have a preference, I mean, obviously, if you get a wreck, say, well, I want Burgett's, I want Steve's, I want whoever, whatever, that don't come into play. But if they say, I don't care, I want my counter tow, is that right, Steve?
That's right.
Yeah, so the only time, if they say we don't have a preference, then with what we got going right now, Steve would be called from the sheriff's dispatch to come, we take care of the situation for towing.
So you would be our preferred vendor?
Oh, primary, they call it primary non-preference.
Right.
And
As of right now, Robin, he is.
Okay.
But Burgett's would like to be, or asking the board if they could be the, like, let's say Steve gets called first as a primary, they would like to get called on the next situation, not second. Let's say Steve gets called one time, they want to have them call the next time, then Steve, not as a second call.
So alternate.
Yeah, basically.
Will they do that?
Well, I don't know, if we do get a motion to support that, I'm gonna check with the sheriffs to see if they want to go through that also,
If we're going to make a decision on that, we need to find out if they can do something.
Well, it's all up to the township, and last time when I was up here with Brian Mahaffey, I mean, some of you guys are still on here.
Yeah.
He said that the only way anything would change, because someone brought the question and asked, how long is it before, is it like a contracted term? And basically it would be until, I mess up, I started missing my ETAs, started, not answering the calls for them or getting complaints from the sheriff department. So that's all it kind of was.
Yeah, like I stated, we've had nothing.
Yeah, we invested in equipment. That's what the biggest thing was. We invested in equipment. I bought a new record, another flatbed. So like I invested in the township. This is like my primary location. It's not my satellite location. You know what I mean? They're in Columbus. That's I got someone. I'm right on Gratiot, 5277 Gratiot. My office is manned Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I always have somebody there. That's my primary location. We're not reinventing the wheel. This is going on all over. For example, Ira Township uses Minnie's towing exclusive. Clair Township has Buzz towing. Don's towing is the city of Port Huron. SNS is Port Huron Township. Preferred for Gratiot Township. Just as Burgett's is exclusive in the city of St. Clair. So, like I said, it's, we're not reinventing the wheel. I mean, if it's,
Also, he was advised, I think by Brian Mackey, that he told him, you can do the same thing in your township, why don't you go there?
Yeah, he can do the
still
same thing he
hasn't
did,
done that, so he's just
exclusive
challenging
in
right
Columbus if he wanted to, but he didn't, so.
Okay, any other questions?
Well, I'd like to find out if they do something like that. If they do, if they'll make one call and then the next.
Well, I
They
mean,
will.
Yeah, they have this, if we call, we call the sheriff and, they're interested, if the board was interested in having, I guess the thing is, we haven't had any problem with Steve's, but, we did have to allow Burgett's to, get a chance to be, address the board, so.
And that is why we bought a commercial property in St. Clair Township.
Okay.
And nobody's had any problem with us since the middle of 1955.
Oh, yeah, all done.
No, we're not.
You're well known. People know you, yeah.
We understand.
I took a look at the zoning ordinances, and actually on that commercial property, I have a storage lot facility there, so.
That don't matter, we're good, okay. Yeah. Anybody else, got anything?
I think it's no different than any other vendor, We're not just gonna let the cleaning company come in and then next week call a different cleaning company, call a different cleaning company.
Well, do you have the cleaning company from East China come and clean your buildings in St. Clair Township?
No.
No,
That's what I'm saying, we're,
All your concrete's done local and
Our-
builders and everything?
right, I mean, that, we're just, the consistency of it, to be alternating back and forth is, just for consistency.
Our cleaning people, they live in St. Clair Township.
All right, that's fine. All right, any other questions? Okay, anybody want to entertain a motion? Okay, we'll move on. Okay, nothing under old business? Call from the table?
Yeah, last meeting we're at, we got a treasurer report, and you said we requested one every meeting for a little while here, so we can see what's going on. Do you have one?
You said every meeting?
Yeah, I tried to, the next meeting, the next few meetings, I'd like to give one.
That would be monthly, I get statements on a monthly basis.
Okay, so the next meeting will happen?
So you got June, yeah, sure.
Okay, and could I get a copy of the, when you first came into office, could I get a copy of that? When we started the first couple months there? What we had?
So you want July?
Well, probably, we started in November.
Right, November.
No, or my first month.
November and December.
Yeah, right, November, December, yes.
Yep.
And then the next month, I mean, I'd like to give one, once a month or whatever, however that's gonna work for you.
Well, it was, in the very beginning, we were reconciling all the accounts, so I didn't very well on hand out something that we haven't reconciled.
And I understand, that's fine, I want a copy of the ones that are there, that's all.
That would probably be Patty's. No.
No, I had the last one.
Patty's would have been,
October.
November.
Yep,
October,
that's right, October.
yeah. Well, you didn't come in until the middle of the month,
Right.
in November.
First of December. Okay, yep. Whichever the first full month would be.
Okay, any more call from the table? Okay, brief comments from the floor? Okay, we could adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn,
I'll support that.
7:31.
Wow.